I have an endless summer TBR. I'm gonna show you everything. Let's go. It's summertime, you guys, so I'm gonna talk to you about my summer TBR. So many books. I'm so excited for summer, honestly. So let's go. I'm just gonna talk to you about my summer reads. I'm gonna start with the book that I'm currently reading, which is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I'm like 126 pages in. I have no thoughts right now because I like it. I don't know if you hear the noise, but I really hope you don't because it's annoying. This is taking place in Italy. The city is called Taormina, and that's crazy because I've been this place and I know how beautiful it is. I'm loving the setting. This is for her brother's wedding, and there is the brother's best friend that is here, and they have kind of history. So yeah, and there's an age gap because he's like 38 and she's like 23, something like that. So far, I have nothing to say. I'm not saying like I love it. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm neutral here. I'm like, yeah, not bad. I'm just waiting to see where it's going. This is the perfect book to read by the pool or at the beach, something like that. So I'm very excited for this one. This year, there are so many new releases that I want to read for that period of time, like for the 2 months of summer, and Atmosphere is one of them by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love her books. I love that author. She's slowly becoming my favorite author of all time. Every time I read a book by her, I'm just loving it. And even if the topic wasn't something that was interesting me at first, this one is taking place in the summer of 1980, and it's about like space. I have no idea, and it says it's a love story. I'm excited for this one. I don't really know much, but I don't want to know. I like to go blindly in books, but yeah, this one I really want to read like soon. Of course, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. It got out like a few months ago now. I don't exactly remember, but I want to keep Emily Henry for summer. I don't really know why, but I feel like it's the perfect time. This one is two authors or journalists that reporters, I don't know what their job is, but they are rivals. They both want to write the story of a woman. It's just a little bit like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's the same vibes, like a woman that is, I think, famous, and they want to like write her story. So they are rivals, and I don't really know anything else. As I said, I like to go blindly in books. I think this one is less of a romance. That's what I've heard. It's like general fiction, but there is a romance subplot. That's what I've heard. So we'll see. That's not bothering me. I'm not like I love romance, don't get me wrong, but I love also just books with a little bit of romance, and I think this one is gonna deliver that. I might really like it, so I'm very excited, even though the reviews have been a little bit like mixed feelings for everybody. Maybe a little bit of disappointment because of what I just said about like romance not being the main like topic. So we'll see how it goes. But again, I'm so excited. I'm gonna say I'm so excited for like every book. I'm very sorry if this is redundant, but yeah, can't wait to read that one too. I have two other new releases. First, Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I don't know what happened with this book. It's supposed to be out on the 17th of June, and I found it in a bookstore the 5th. I don't know what happened. I think it's a mistake from the bookstore that I went to, and that's crazy because I'm in France, which means that I never thought that could happen in France because we always have the book like at the date they are released or even a few days after. So like early copy, I'm here for it, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to read it before it actually got released. So I have an early copy, but I'm still not gonna read it early compared to anyone So, I mean, but I was happy. When I saw it, I was like, what? Was I wrong with the date it got out? But no, I was right. It was supposed to be the 17th. But yeah, this is Ashley Poston. I've loved everything she wrote so far. My favorite one is The 7 Year Sleep, of course. This one I'm not sure. When I've read the blurb, I was like, okay, it's about music. It's a romance. There's always magical realism in it. And this one is about a song. I think she's a writer and she hears in her head a song with a man voice, and then she meets the man. I think that's something like that. I don't really know anything else. Yeah, and because they are obsessed with each other in their heads because of the song, they have to finish the song to get free of each other. This is something like that. But yeah, I'm very excited. I hate myself for saying that like 100 times. I mean, I'm excited, but I don't know. I'm kind of not sure I'm gonna like this one, but I can be surprised. And I love Ashley Poston's writing, so maybe I'm just gonna love it. And usually, you guys, this is crazy, but sometimes there's a book I'm sure I'm gonna love and I'm disappointed. And sometimes there's a book I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try, I'm not sure. I love it. I think it's all about expectations. Maybe if you have lower expectations for a book, then you're gonna enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance because that's Ashley Poston. Come on. The other new release I want to read this summer is Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I haven't read Just for the Summer yet, and this is also on my TBR for summer. I just don't have the book yet, and I don't know what I'm waiting for because I've heard so many good reviews on Just for the Summer. This one, I just, automatically like ordered it because it's Abby Jimenez, but I was like, is there another book by her I haven't read yet? And I was like, whoa, I haven't read Just for the Summer. I had not the time last summer, so I waited, and now it's a year after, and I still haven't read it, and I still don't have it in my hands. I have to read that book. I wanted to read it first, before this one, I mean. But you know what? Those are standalones. Yes, they are interconnected. But still, they are standalones, so I can just read this one first. And also, that's good because this one had like mixed reviews too, and Just for the Summer has, I think, a better rating among people, better reviews. I've heard better reviews. This one is about it's a little bit insta-lovey, what I've heard. Don't know what I'm gonna think about that, but yeah, he is a veterinarian, a doctor for animals. I'm not sure about the word vétérinaire in French, which means veterinarian. I don't know how you say this in English. I forgot. Is it written somewhere? Veterinarian. 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 I don't know if it's how you pronounce it, but yeah. So he's that. And she has, I think, a problem with a cat or something like that. I don't know. So they met and this is like an asshole. But then they go on a date and they instantly like each other. But the thing is, she is moving out of the town they met because her mom has dementia. And I think, again, just like Emily Henry, I think I have to read that book, not just like a romance, but there are many other topics like dementia. I think it's kind of a sad book, this one. I don't know. So they are struggling to, I think, have they long distance relationship? I don't really know. But yeah, it seems interesting. I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm very, very curious about this one. I'm just scared about him. I don't know why. I'm not sure I'm gonna like him. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna love it, but I don't know. Abby Jimenez, again, one of my favorite authors. Love her books. Oh, there's another new release, I think. No, it's not. When was that? No, it's not. It's not a new release. It was last year. Oops. But this is a book that is not a romance. This is historical fiction. The Woman by Christine Hanna. I don't know why I want to read this in summer, because I don't really think it's like a summery book, but I don't know, the cover, you guys. And I think I have many romances to read in summer, but I'm the kind of girl that loves to change genres. I love thrillers too. And if you have recommendations for thrillers like taking place in summer, I would love that, please, because I tend to think like thrillers are not for summer, but I love thrillers. So please, if you have any recommendations, I would be very happy. This one is another genre that I'm starting to really love historical fiction. It's about the Vietnam War. Before I'm gonna read this book, I need to watch a Netflix series that talks about the Vietnam War. I got to the first episode, but this is a very complicated political war, so I'm struggling to very understand it all. But yeah, I think it is important I know what I'm going into before reading the book. And yeah, it talks about women in that war. I think she's a nurse and she's going to go to war as a nurse, and I don't know anything else. It's just a bit chunky. The font is so little, but I mean, this could be a good change with all the romances I already have on my summer TBR. I really like sometimes to have more serious books to read. Yeah, I think it's important sometimes to just read something else, to try a new genre, a new topic maybe, and this is a new topic for me, the Vietnam War. I'm not sure it's gonna be easy to read. I know already that it's gonna be emotional and it's gonna be hard sometimes to read, because this is a freaking war and every war is just cruel. Anyways, this is on my summer TBR. I have another book that is not a romance, and this is a nonfiction, I think, because I think it's the true life of the author. This is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Born a Crime because it's during the apartheid. He was born a criminal from a white father and a black mother, but at the time it was like punishable. Yes, it was. They say it's written like it's sad, but it's also like funny sometimes. I'm very intrigued by this book, and I originally like gifted this book to my sister 2 years ago, like a year and a half, something like that. This is her kind of book. So I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna gift that to her. She hasn't read it yet because she has a very long TBR too. And then I've heard someone talk about it recently and I was like, oh my god, but I've seen that book. I bought it. But my sister has it. So I asked her if I could just borrow it. I'm gonna read it first. But yeah, I'm intrigued, and I think it's very important to read that kind of book. So yeah, again, serious kind of book for the summer. Let's go back to fiction and to romance. I have never read a Callie Fortune book. And yes, I'd like to read her new release, One Golden Summer. But the thing is, everyone says that you have to read Every Summer After before, which was, I think, the first book of that kind of series. So here it is, Every Summer After. I'm gonna read that book. And I think I'm gonna try to read them maybe in the right order. I really want to try this author again, mixed reviews. I think this one was loved by many people, but I think it's Meet Me at the Lake, or I don't know. There's another one that had mixed reviews, and I've heard some people say this author is not for them. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna think about it, and I don't even know what it is. 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. Okay, so it's a second chance, I think, and it's at the lake. I know that because the place is where all the books are taking place, I think. I think it's 2 people that have met for 6 years, for 6 summers at a lake. Something happened and then they see each other again. I have no idea. Quick summer read, just like I want them, so it's perfect. As I said earlier, I always keep Emily Henry's books for summer. I have read only 3 of her books so far, so I still have her backlist to go through. So I have Book Lovers that I think I'm gonna read this summer too. I have no idea what this is about. No big deal. I don't need to know exactly. It's a romance and it's about book lovers. Yeah. I don't need more. I don't need more. 3 books left. I've been wanting to read that book for months now. I just couldn't find it in bookstores in France. So I ended up like thrifting this book on Vinted. And I'm very happy. It's Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. You know, there are some silly romances for summer and there are those books. And I think it's heavier because of, I don't know, the topics. I've heard it's very emotional. And this one is about a divorce. It's a second chance, I think, about divorced people, and they also have a kid. So I think, yeah, it's gonna talk about motherhood and a couple that is not new. I've heard so many good things on this book, and also the other books by her are very popular. This is a book I've been putting on my TBRs for months, and I don't know why I'm not reading it. Out on a limb. I've heard so many good things about this book. People love it. It just got out in French. They kept the title in English, but they changed it. They called it One Life Stand. That's not bad. It's just not the original English title, but you know, French people always do that, but never mind. This is a romance with the pregnancy trope, and also there is disability in this book. I don't really know what disability. I was so excited when I bought it, but then I'm like waiting. I think I know I'm gonna love it, and I'm waiting to be in the right mood, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to read it. I know that because I kind of like the pregnancy trope. This is an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like it. I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I like it. I've read Ready or Not by Curry Boston, love that one too. And people say those are similar. Maybe that's the reason why I'm waiting to read that one, because I don't want to feel like it's too much the same. I don't know, but I'm gonna read it, and hopefully this summer. Last but not least on my physical summer TBR is Daisy Jones and the Six. This is also not a love story, which means, as I said earlier, I have many romances on that summer TBR, which is perfect. But also I know me, and I know that I'm gonna like to read something else. And as I said with serious kind of books earlier, I also think that is the kind of book that's perfect for summer. It's about a band. I think it's like an interview kind of format. This band has separated, I think, in 1979, and nobody knew why they split at the time. There's an interview, and I think we're gonna discover it all. Honestly, you guys, this is because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I wouldn't have picked this book by myself in a bookstore if I hadn't heard of it so much, and if it wasn't for this author. And that's the reason why I'm glad that the book community exists, because so many books I wouldn't reach for, I'm gonna read, and I'm sure I'm gonna like so many of them. And I'm very glad that I'm exploring other things, and I'm not taking a big risk with this book because I love that author, but still the topic isn't something I would have picked. Same for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This book I would have not picked because I don't care about Hollywood, and I don't care about famous people. I don't care. I just don't. But I love that book. I loved it. I even cried because Taylor Jenkins Reid writes such perfect characters to me, very flawed but very human, and I'm so intrigued in their personal stories that I just love the book. It's same for Carissa Is Back. It's about tennis, and I like tennis, but I'm never watching tennis. I don't keep watch of Who Are the Champions. I don't really care, honestly. So I was like, am I gonna like this book? I don't know. I loved it. And this one, it's about a band that split years ago, and we are at last finding out why. So yeah, I'm trusting her. I'm trusting that author, and I'm trusting you guys. And I know so many of you love this, so I'm gonna read it this summer, I hope. I am sure there are other books that I will want to read. Maybe new releases from July and August I haven't been checking, and also authors I've never read. Do you hear that? I mean, thank you for working, mister, but you're bothering me right now. Okay, so yeah, other books. I've never read a book by Jessica Joyce, and I really want to read The X-Vows, but I think it's the second one, so I have to read You with a View first. And also, I think there are other books. I already have like 12 books on that summer TBR. That's a lot. This is what I have to choose from for my summer reads. Ooh, this is quite the stack, and I'm so excited. Tell me if you've read any of those, and if you have any book recommendations for summer, and I'd like to read thrillers too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.